Chloe Green. I am an AmeriCorps Vista, similar to Hannah. However, I work over at St. Mark's and St. John's Spiritual Home in the Beechwood neighborhood of Rochester. So we have a few ways to get involved and a few services that you can be offered through our programs as well. So I'll just be presenting on all of those today. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. Okay, can you see that okay? Okay, awesome. So like I said, St. Mark's and St. John's Spiritual Home. Let's see. Okay, so St. Mark's and St. John's Spiritual Home is a mission-driven spiritual home located in the Beechwood neighborhood of Rochester. Specifically, we're located at 1245 Culver Road, Rochester, New York. 14609 is our zip code. It is right on the corner of Culver Road and Rosewood Terrace, and it has these large red doors, so it's pretty hard to miss. So our values over here at St. Mark's and St. John's, so we value health equity. We are committed to providing quality, culturally responsive healthcare programs and education that help address the public health issues of racial injustice and health inequity. We value impact. We believe in regular evaluation and quality improvements so that we are always adjusting to and meeting the needs of our neighbors. We believe in access. We believe that no one should be denied access to necessary health services because of location or inability to pay. We also value community engagement. So we believe in working with our community to foster neighborhood growth and supporting local leaders in effecting positive change. We believe in inclusion, and thus we are committed to serving all members of the Beechwood neighborhood, regardless of age, race, ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, gender, or disability status. So our mission in general,
it looks like one of the classrooms is raising their hand.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm just gonna, we can pause along the way and have questions and stuff, if that's all right.
Yeah,
go ahead, Rebecca. Did you have your hand raised? From Rebecca's classroom. You can go ahead if you want to. It looks like you're unmuted. So if you wanted to say something. Okay, maybe not. All right. I guess if something comes up that you want to mention, just you can start talking whenever you want to, but we'll let Chloe go ahead again.
Yeah, and feel free to interrupt me. Just with the way that Zoom works, it's hard to see when there's a hand raised, so just let me know. So going back to our mission, we are a mission-driven spiritual home that is welcoming to all, regardless of their religious affiliation. We believe in partnering with the residents of the Beechwood neighborhood, local organizations, other religious bodies, higher education institutions, and the city of Rochester to strengthen community networks and to create programs that aim to transform and revitalize our existing food systems. So our programs all fall under our Everyday Eating Naturally or E.D.E.N Wellness Center. For over 35 years, St. Mark's and St. John's, through this E.D.E.N Wellness Center and our other mission-driven programming, has made a continuous effort to combat the effects of food apartheid within the Beechwood neighborhood. So food apartheid is the lack of adequate access to affordable, nutritious foods due to commercial, governmental, or social discriminatory policies. So under our E.D.E.N Wellness Center, we sponsor the E.D.E.N Community Garden Program, the E.D.E.N Farm Stand Program, and the E.D.E.N Food Shelf. So talking about our community gardens, the purpose of our community garden program is to develop vacant neighborhood lots into beautiful and nurturing green spaces. To provide.
Looks like there's two hands up now. So
okay.
So actually Rebecca came in and she just said, because I think there might be something wrong with the microphone. Is that, can you just slow down just a little bit? I would have sent it in a chat if there's no chat feature. So can you just slow down a tiny bit?
Yeah, of course. Sorry.
All right, thank you. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so our community gardens, the purpose of them, in addition to developing them, is to provide a space where individuals, families, and groups can gather for recreation and educational opportunities. We also have community gardens to grow fresh produce in a neighborhood that's facing food insecurity. So food insecurity is an unreliable access to appropriate quantities of affordable and nutritious food. In the Beechwood community, similar to many others, there's not great access to grocery stores. It's a lot of corner stores or fast food as well. So our community gardens produce about 3,000 pounds of fresh produce each season. We carry over 25 varieties of fruits and vegetables, and every year we serve over 80 households.
Chloe, would you say that the households that you serve are mostly in the Beechwood neighborhood or like in the city of Rochester at least?
Yeah, I would definitely say the majority of our recipients of our service live in the Beechwood neighborhood. However, anyone is welcome. And I know that a lot of people visit our church from many other zip codes as well. I would definitely say it's concentrated in this eastern side of Rochester. But yeah, no one will be turned away from any of our services, regardless of where you live within the city. And so because we're able to produce so much produce, we actually have 6 community gardens. So I have the locations here. We have the church garden, which is right in front of our parish, located at 1245 Culver Road. We have a children's garden at 408 Rosewood Terrace. Our merchants garden, which is right next to a public park at 622 Merchants Road. East Main Street Garden at 1403 East Main Street. Our Parcells Garden at 336 Parcells Avenue. And then our training garden at 290 Melville Street. So accessibility, the E.D.E.N gardens have something to offer to anyone, everyone at any time of the year. And anyone is welcome to visit them, harvest, and enjoy the garden as they please. So you're welcome to join one of our garden volunteer teams. So a lot of these teams, they take on tasks of seed planting, weeding, watering, and harvesting. So general garden upkeep. We have different teams for each of our 6 gardens. So garden volunteer times occur on a weekly basis. However, the schedule has not yet been created for the 2022 growing season because we just ended our 2021 season. But you can check out our website this upcoming spring and a new schedule will be posted. I would say most of our garden teams, every day of the week, a different garden team meets. And I will just show you our website if you're interested in getting involved a little more or would like to look up a location and visit one of our gardens. We have some more information here. And if you scroll down, there's a map of where our garden should be. And then we also have all the addresses and some photos so they would be a little easier to recognize.
How many volunteers did you have in 2021?
Yeah, so I would say each garden probably has a team of anywhere from 2 to 10 people that regularly show up week to week. It just kind of varies. We're definitely low on volunteers since the pandemic. And then also some gardens are much larger than others. My garden in particular, I work at the children's garden. We rely a lot on just one-time volunteers that just come for a day to do a work day, but maybe don't show up all the time or on a regular basis, which we're totally happy to have volunteers do that as well. Okay, now I have to figure out how to get back to, sorry, one second.
No problem.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, thank you for showing us that website. I think that's helpful.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to our next program, we do the E.D.E.N farm stand. So at the E.D.E.N farm stand, you can find vegetables harvested from the E.D.E.N gardens, as well as supplemental produce from other local growers. This past season, there was a farm maybe an hour outside of Rochester that was donating produce. So we were able to offer a really wide variety. You can also purchase fresh baked goods and honey at all reduced rates. And we also sometimes offer music, cooking demonstrations, or we'll have a nutritionist present at the farm stand that you're welcome to talk to. So our farm stand happens right in front of our church at 1245 Culver Road, right in front of the main entrance on Culver Road. It typically happens Saturday mornings in the months of July through September. And I can show you a photo of that as well. Well, I guess our website. So these are all of our food related programs. So I'll talk about our food shelf soon. And our farm stand, as you can see, it says see you next year, but we will be back. And I will go over some of this information in my presentation. Let's see. Okay, so our farm stand distributes over 18,600 pounds of food, and the value has amounted to over $27,600, which is a lot of savings for many families, and it has served about 70 households each month. Okay, so going into our pricing. So our pricing is highly subsidized. You can get vegetables anywhere between 50 cents and $1. Fruits are slightly more expensive, anywhere from $1 to $3. Baked goods, $1 to $5, and honey, which is also locally produced, is $5. So although it is subsidized, it can be kind of pricey. So we do offer benefits. So if you qualify for a supplemental nutrition assistance program or SNAP, sometimes called food stamps as well, through the federal government, and you possess a valid electronic benefits transfer card, you may purchase produce from the E.D.E.N farm stand at a free or reduced rate. And here are some images. This is similar to the one that was on our website and just another front view of it. So if you happen to visit us on a Saturday, you know you're at the right place. And then our third program, we do the E.D.E.N food shelf. So our community food shelf program is a weekly food distribution program. We offer a menu of choices based on the nutritional standards that are set by the federal government. During the growing season, we also provide produce that has been freshly harvested from our E.D.E.N community gardens. So that's just in addition at no cost. You can receive fresh fruits and vegetables through this food shelf. And oftentimes it's harvested within 30 minutes of the time that you'll be receiving it. So it's super fresh. And so our food shelf is located at our church, but through our gazebo entrance on Rosewood Terrace. But if you still visit at 1245 Culver Road on a Wednesday morning between 10:30 and 12 p.m., you won't be able to miss it. There's usually quite a few people in line. And so this food shelf, we distribute about 731 pounds of food. We serve about 30 individuals weekly, and there's about 260 individuals served monthly.
So that's happening right now still. So it's going to be happening in a few minutes.
Yeah, so it's a bit noisy in the church today because they're setting up for it. But yeah, every Wednesday, without fail, someone will be here. And how it works, I believe I have some photos, so I'll explain how it works exactly in just a couple of minutes. So the enrollment process, we are an equal opportunity service provider. Thus, anyone is welcome to the E.D.E.N food shelf and can receive food for their household. If you look at our website, you know, it says that valid identification cards are required for all individuals receiving produce from the E.D.E.N food shelf. However, this rule is really not enforced. If you don't possess a valid identification card, you can still attend the E.D.E.N food shelf and receive full benefits, and there won't be any questions asked. And again, as I showed before, this is also on our website. So it tells you the date and time every Wednesday from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. It gives you a little example. And again, as I said, it says valid IDs are required for all food shelf members. However, again, that is not enforced. So if you don't have a valid ID, please still come. And yeah, so if you want to join us, information is here. Okay. And so these are some photos of our food shelf. So everyone that attends food shelf, you receive 2 bags. One oftentimes has pasta, rice, maybe a can of soup. You can also get toiletry products, diapers, paper towels, toilet paper. And then we also have another bag where you can get dairy, eggs, you know, a meat option, sometimes fish. And during our growing season, this is a photo of some vegetables that might be handed out during our food shelf as well. All very fresh and all very yummy. So if you are interested in getting involved, you can access our volunteer application through the St. Mark's and St. John's Episcopal Church webpage or through a direct link to our volunteer application. So I'll kind of walk you through what that looks like. So if you go to our webpage, immediately they're going to ask you to join our mailing list, which is not necessary. You don't have to do that. And so you're going to see a volunteer button here. If you click on that, you're going to see another one pop up saying become a volunteer. So it brings you to this form. So it asks you some pretty basic information. You know, what is your full name, an email address that we could contact you on, an address to know if you're a neighbor, if you're maybe traveling from out of our neighborhood and from another one, a phone number as a different way to contact you, if you're employed or not. It asks questions about when you're typically available, because that will oftentimes determine what program you're available to volunteer for. So if you're not available Wednesday mornings, for example, you might not be able to volunteer for our food shelf, but there's many other food shelf activities that happen throughout the week in preparation. So you're welcome to get involved in those. Just a few questions if there's anything else you would like us to know about your availability. Some questions about what program you would like to be involved in. If you speak English or Spanish or another language, we'll try and assist with that. If you have a personal reference or someone else that is involved or has referenced you to get involved, and if there's any other organizations that you had volunteered at in the past. Okay. And so this link, this second link right here just brings you directly to that application, and you don't have to go through our website. And so if that format doesn't work either, you're more than welcome to just call our telephone number to reach a St. Mark's and St. John's employee. And we will enter you into our volunteer system manually, and thus you can bypass the entire application process. So we're more than happy to do that as well. Our telephone number is listed down here at the bottom, 585-654-9229. And also other ways to contact us, you're more than welcome to contact me. I do a lot of the scheduling for volunteers and community outreach. So again, my name is Chloe Loudon Green. My number is here, and you're welcome to reach me by either my number or my email address listed. I put on our St. Mark's and St. John's phone number again. That will bring you to one of our administrative staffers. Or if you use this email, you will reach the same person as well. And you're more than welcome to just pay us a visit and walk into our office. We're typically here from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Fridays, we often work remotely. So usually Monday through Thursday is a really great way to catch us. And again, we're at 1245 Culver Road, Rochester, New York. And so getting to our location, there is public transportation available. So if you use the regional transit service, from the looks of it, Route 41, Culver, and Goodman Crosstown. So they have a few scheduled time points. It's going to be point B, which is Parcells Avenue and Culver Road. That's going to be the closest location, I guess the closest bus stop location to the church itself, as well as pretty close to the majority of our community gardens. And so you can access that route through connection hubs such as Skyview Connection Hub, the U of R MC Connection Hub, Highland Drive Connection Hub as well. And so I just included a link to the schedule for this route. And so, yeah, it's going to be southbound to Henrietta, northbound or south. Yeah, yep, sorry about that. Southbound to Henrietta, it's going to be this point B, which brings you right here. And our church is just a short walk up Culver Road on the right.
Can you explain a connection hub?
Yeah, so I am not super familiar with the public transportation here in Rochester, but from what I understand, the connection hubs are, oh, does Francis, but it looks like the connection hubs, like the transportation centers downtown, are just a facility where you can catch multiple bus routes or have a layover between bus routes.
Okay, thank you.
And I believe that is all I have, so I can answer any questions if anyone has them as well.
I think it's really cool that you guys are a place that people can be involved, so you can volunteer, and that is always great for a resume too. And I know a lot of people are working on making those and needing things and activities to put on resumes. So that's always a really good thing to consider. And then it's also there for your benefit. So you can get, you can be a part of the gardens and take part in how, like, the fresh vegetables and getting food for your family. So I think it's just a great resource and thing to emphasize overall for everyone.
And I would say a lot of our volunteers as well. They at one point were attending the food shelf to receive produce, and they continue to do that, but now have volunteered as well. So a lot of our volunteers not only receive services from St. Mark's and St. John's, but also kind of help out in providing those services to others.
That's a cool point. That's great. I don't know if you guys just want a few minutes to collect your thoughts and just see if anyone wants to ask anything else, to have Chloe clarify anything that you want more detail about or anything.
Just so you know, our group doesn't have any questions.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Well, it looks like nobody's unmuting to ask anything further. But I know everybody got a worksheet, and there is information that everyone could have taken down. And like, of course, this will be, it's recorded. So anyone can go back and watch it if you need another glance at anything. So I just want to thank you, Chloe, for coming and just talking about what you do and everything that you have to offer there. So we appreciate it.